Hello Aquarius, welcome back to Three Trails Tarot, and thank you so much for being here today to watch your September 2022 tarot reading. I hope that we find out something very interesting for you. So let's see what we have for you. I'm going to start first by finding out what your overarching energy is going to be throughout the month. And then from there, we'll do your influencing energies and then do your reading, okay? I just forgot to say that the reason the table is blue is because I'm following the birthstone colors for each of the months, and for September it's sapphire. Isn't that beautiful? It's such a beautiful color. So that's why I have blue, and let's see what we have for you, okay, Aquarius? Whoa, that came out pretty fast. So we have insight and focus. So you're very focused. You're going to be very focused in September, and also looking for some insight, looking for some ideas, trying to discover some new things, maybe perhaps see things from different points of view. So that is going to be most of your September. It's going to be the energy behind a lot of the decision making and actions that you take. Let's see what your influencing energies are along with this overarching energy. This is the main energy, and these are the things that are going to either complement it or supplement it. So let's see. So we have 8 of Cups. Put this right here. I know these are tiny, but hopefully you'll be able to see them. I'll put them in front of the camera so you can get a better view. And we also have 10 of Swords. We have 2 cards now. We have 5 of Swords and the Hangman. Okay, so it doesn't matter what order these are in. They're not for any particular week, but these are just going to be complementing your overarching energies, like the feelings or motivations, inspirations, ideas that you come into September with, okay? So you're entering September, it looks like with the 8 of Cups, ready to move away from something that wasn't working out for you, and moving into an area where you feel you can find what it is that you need. With the 10 of Swords, totally exhausted Aquarius, just done for, just had overworked and stressed and exhausted. So wow, you must have had a really tough August, Aquarius, because you are entering September with that feeling. And then with the 5 of Swords, conflict. There's some conflict. Perhaps whatever this was that exhausted you, caused some conflict. You know, when we're tired, we just have trouble balancing our tempers and bringing things to harmony. So I could see this as being a very possible thing for most people. And then when they're tired, that's when fighting starts. And so I see this as it could be either with family that you have this conflict, or with friends. For some reason, I feel like this is more like a personal conflict, not with work. Also, Aquarius, I feel like for some of you, this is an internal conflict. Maybe there were things that you wanted to do differently, and just, you know, kind of fighting with yourself. One side of you saying, what? We should have done it this way. Anyway, some of you may have an internal conflict. And then with the Hangman, the Hangman is all about seeing things from another perspective. Perhaps there was a moment when you felt stuck, and in being stuck allowed you to look around and see things differently, because you're looking at it from other angles now. And so you enter September with that hope and excitement of possibly other opportunities that you were able to visualize or ideas that came to mind when you were in this stuck mode. Okay, so let's see what your weekly activities are going to be like, okay? Just, I always say if nothing jumps out, then I just lay out the cards. Well, we have two here. We have the Magician and we have the Fool. Wow, both Major Arcana cards right from the bat, which tells me there's a huge change, a big transformation that you are about to do. I'm going to do more of the reading here. I usually wait till they're all laid out first so I can see all the cards. Okay, and we have Ace of Swords, Four of Swords, whoa, those actually jumped off the table. And they're both in reverse because of that jumping they did. We have Four of Cups and Eight of Cups. That is an emphasis of this, and this is reverse. So what this is, well, okay, I'll get into it later. Oh, and look, there's two flip ones that I didn't even realize it. So I'm going to lay these down, Two of Cups, and we have 10 of Wands. And also this one fell out, and this is Temperance. We'll put this here. So we just need 3 more cards. I guess there are a lot more that fell out and flipped than I realized earlier. Oops. Okay, I'll give it one more chance to jump. Okay, there's 2. We have, whoa, reverse 10 of Cups. I'm just looking at my cards to make sure they're not reversed. They're not. So they just fell out like this. And reverse Justice. Okay, one more card. Whoops. Oh, you saw that fly, right? Oh my goodness. Cards are flying everywhere today. Ah. I'm sure that moved the camera. Sorry about that. Okay. And we have 7 of Wands. Okay, so let's see what we have here for you, Aquarius. You start off the month as the Magician, excited, manifesting energy, right? So believing that whatever it is that you are walking away from and moving toward is the best decision, the best thing to do, because this is a real strong energy here since it's been emphasized here. And just trying to make things different and better for yourself, wanting to be in a happy place, and you are working it. You're not just waiting for it to happen, you are working on it. Now with the reverse Four of Cups, what I see here is feeling gratitude and feeling focused and just seizing the opportunity. Like I said, you are not just waiting for things to happen to work out for you. You are going for it. You are seizing the opportunity. Okay. Now, as we move down the first week of September, I see maybe some temper starting to kind of boil a little bit. Maybe that because of all this activity, all this energy to make things happen, you're taking a lot of actions. And if there are other people that are affected by these actions, there might be some complaining, which could be this conflict right here that has continued on, because this started just before you entered the month of September. So it looks like this continuing, but the good news is you are doing a really great job with keeping harmony and balance and self-control and moderating whatever kind of conflicts are coming about, because you have a goal, you see it clearly, and perhaps the other person or other people involved do not see it as well as you do. Now with the Fool, I see that there's some fresh hope here, willingness to take some chances and embark on some new paths. So just looking at this new thing that you're about to do, I I don't see any like moving or traveling, but I kind of get the feeling that maybe that has already happened for you, Aquarius, in August. For some of you, or maybe it will happen sometime like before October, like around October maybe. But it definitely feels to me like there's this huge change in lifestyle, which I believe has to do with a change in location. And there's just so much excitement behind this to make this move, and it's almost like a feeling of, oh well, you know, whatever happens, but this is exactly what I want, and I know it's going to lead to the final destination that I will be satisfied with. So that's the feeling and the sense that I get from this card, because look at this very slight smile here, and then the dog's like all happy and just following along, jumping all cheerfully alongside its person. And so this just tells me that this is going to be the feeling of excitement and hope and just ready for something new. Now with the Eight of Cups in reverse, what I see here is a moment of staying still, a moment of staying still, and a moment of staying in place. So this is why I kind of got the feeling that perhaps the move already took place before September, because you walk into it with a movement, like walking away from a situation or a location or a lifestyle that was not fulfilling your purpose. And here we have it in reverse, which is now a stay still. There's no more movement, which tells me that for some of you, either you were afraid to move, you made your move and now you're afraid to make any other moves, or for some of you, you've made your move and you're where you need to be. Okay, so there's two messages here for two groups. One group is you got to somewhere and now you're afraid to make the next move. And then the second group is you got there and you're there. You're where you want to be. Okay, so now we have reverse of justice in the second week at the very end. And reverse justice is all about feeling that there's some things that are not working out exactly the way you have envisioned it, and you start to question, to wonder, why is this not working out exactly the way we hoped in the second week? I also see here where you feel like there's no equality, things are not being done fairly, and I think for some of you it has to do with whoever is making you feel like you have to balance the harmony to avoid a conflict. But for some of you it has to do with, there was a lot of planning. Aquarius, you're a very great planner, you're a good planner, and perhaps there were some things unforeseen that occur and just kind of disappointed you. So you move into the third week wanting to find out the truth with the Ace of Swords, trying to find out what is the cause of this disparity, what is the cause of why this didn't work out exactly the way you had planned, because you had planned it out so well. So wanting to find the truth, also wanting to get some clarity on where to move, how to move forward, and then and some new ideas, of course, because if you're trying to get clarity on how to move forward, you're most likely trying to find out what's the best way to do it to avoid more of these unforeseen things that maybe you had to react to or deal with at the last minute. But it looks like it's just in this period right here. So now as we move along into the third week, midweek, we have here the Two of Cups. And Two of Cups is about romance and partnership. And what I see here happening with you is that whoever you had conflict with, you two, or all of you, there could be more than just one person you're having conflict with, settle in and talk to each other and realize that, hey, it was just the stress. of making some changes in our life, and so you two can get back to what you were planning, or you three or you four, however many people were involved in this activity that you had gone through. So it says romance, but I believe in this particular situation it's more about the mutual respect and the compromising and the willingness to understand each other's feelings. Okay, so now we have here reverse 10 of Cups. So typically the 10 number has to do with the end of a cycle. Okay, so with it being in reverse, I see some instability here. Okay, so this 10 of Cups is telling me that at the end of your third week, after talking it over with those that were kind of feeling frustrated, there's some instability in the family, because the 10 of Cups has to do with love and support with the family. And this could either be your immediate family or extended family or outside family. What I mean here is it could either be siblings or aunts and uncles or cousins that's creating this instability for you and your immediate family. Or it could be your immediate family, it could be your spouse or your children. But there is going to be some disruption there. And I think because this was a huge change, because we started off with these major transformation cards, these major arcana cards, which is a very life-changing. It's like life-changing when you get several of these high arcana cards together. So like I said, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you've got several major arcana cards. So this is a major life change that you just did, Aquarius. Huge. Super, super huge. And you're very focused throughout to make this move, to make this change in your life. And so, of course, there may be people who are affected by it that feel frustrated by the change. Maybe they weren't ready, or maybe they didn't realize how complicated or difficult or challenging that it might be for them. And so that causes some shake up a little bit within the family, which then, of course, exhausts you because it's just extra drama. You've already had to do all the activities and the actions and the movements and mindset too. So there's emotional, mental, physical work here, and it just exhausts you. So when we get the 4 of Swords, it's basically just saying, you know, there's a need for retreat, a need for recovery, a need for some maybe even solitude or renewal. So give yourself some me time in the beginning of the 4th week, Aquarius. Your body, your mind, your soul is going to need it. So don't ignore the signs. If you need rest, please, please, please rest for your own benefit. Okay. Sometimes when we think of things that have to be done, we realize, you know what, I could have waited. It didn't really need to be all done right now. So I hope that you take the rest when your body tells you it's needed. Now here with the 10 of Wands, another exhausted card. But this one is a little bit different because this one has to do with physical labor and passionate labor, like labor that you had planned. So it's like activities or projects or actions that you're taking because it was part of the plan, but it's exhausting nonetheless. Whereas this right here, you enter the month with like a mental exhaustion from thinking about doing this or entering into this new month, or perhaps mental exhaustion caused by activities or planning in August. So this is by choice. This is more like a worry kind of concern thing, but still exhausting. So all the more you're going to need your rest before this happens, before you get to this point. But it is an end card. So with it upright, that means you're going to end this cycle, this whole cycle of probably maybe getting situated in your new place, in your new job, in your new settings, in your new responsibility, in your new lifestyle. I'm just saying all of these different things that are going to be new, possibly new, because I know there's a lot of listeners out there and we're all different, right? We're all kind of like, there's going to be a lot of similarities. Oh, and I forgot to mention, this is a general reading, so it may or may not resonate with you. But if what I've said so far sounds like it's resonating, please stay here, because I'm also going to pull oracle cards that will help give guidance. Now we have here the Seven of Wands. So standing your ground. So you go through all of this, and now you're also having to deal with naysayers or people who are not being very supportive of you, and who are, you know, questioning a lot of what you're trying to do or how you're trying to do it. So I see you standing your ground. Let's see if we can get some additional information or some clarification for you. Okay, so that came out Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is feeling that someone is not being truthful to you. Now I'm going to put this right here with the Justice, because it kind of goes with that. So in this end of the second week, there's going to be some suspicious feelings, right? Like, oh, is someone talking behind my back? Is someone trying to sabotage me? Is someone not being truthful about their intentions? So this is going to be going through your head a lot at the end of the second week, okay? But it's going to be temporary because you're going to sort it out. So don't think about this too much in this reading, all right? And like I said, if it's resonating with you, and this happens, just remember, okay, this is for a very short period of time. I'm going to sort it out. I'm going to find out the truth. Okay, so let me see what else we have. Whoa, these are just falling out for you. And this is reverse. See, it's reverse. I can't tell sometimes with these images, but I look at the wording, and the wording is upside down. So it's Eight of Pentacles. There's a level of expertise that's going on here. I believe this all has to do with your manifesting and your planning for your new life, so to speak, right? This is a new life here, a new life path that you're taking. So you are handling it with expertise, and your income is also working well for you. So there should be some stability here, and that's why I really put it right here with the cups and this these two major arcana cards of manifesting and going on a new journey, because these cups are all about making things happen for yourself, and also having hope and just excited to move forward. And so this Eight of Pentacles shows that you're doing it with expertise. You're managing your finances while you're doing it. So even though these are big, this is a big change for you, I guess the simplest way to say is it's going to work out. It's going to work out. Okay, so let me pull a couple more cards. Ooh, that one looks like it's trying to fall out. Two of Cups. Okay, this is an emphasis. There's going to be some lovey-dovey stuff going on here in the third week, where you're like, okay. Or maybe this is a makeup for some of you, making up from having had some conflict and argument. So this is beautiful. There's the emphasis there. I'm just gonna pull over a card. I feel like I need to. Okay, that's way too many, but since they all flipped, I feel like the message has to be heard. So I'm going to go ahead and look at these three extra cards. Now, let me see. Wheel of Fortune. Oh my gosh. The Lovers. It really goes with this too. So there's emphasis here. If you're fighting, Aquarius, don't stress over it. Don't worry, because you're going to get to a point in the third week where you talk it over and things work out. So I'm thinking this has to do with family. This is really showing that the family is maybe a partner, most likely a partner. If it is your children, you reconnect with them, you guys sort it out, you all sort it out, and there's forgiveness there and a willingness on both sides to try to reconcile whatever conflict had occurred. Now, with the Queen of Swords, Aquarius, you will be in true form with all of this planning with your new journey. Okay, so I'm putting this here with the Magician and the Fool because technically you're not really moving along your new journey as a person who's like, que sera, sera, whatever will be, whatever happens. You are moving on your new journey well planned. So, but you realize there might be things unforeseen, but at the same time, you planned it out as best as you could. So, good on you, Aquarius, for your self-sufficient and well-planned journey here. Just feeling very confident about this change that you're creating for yourself. And the Wheel of Fortune tells us, yep, it is all going to work out. I already said that before, right? Now, let me see if we can get some oracle cards for you. Okay, that's just way too many. Let's get some guidance for you here, Aquarius. Okay, so let's see what we have for you for guidance. And we have Cosmos. Okay, so Cosmos is about understanding that, or realizing, and I'm gonna put this right here with the Hangman, realizing that there's a greater purpose in life. There's something more valuable to you. That's why you walked away. Something that's more important to you. So you realize this, and so this card comes out, even though you've already realized it, to remind you, stay on point with what you realized was your purpose. Don't be discouraged. So when all of this like suspicion and shakiness that happens in the family occurs, you can think back on this Cosmos card that says, hey, look, yes, this is all happening, but it most likely part of this big change. And just stay focused on your purpose, right? It's like trying to walk through a dark tunnel and maybe there's rats in there, ew. Or maybe there's other nasty stuff in there and you just kind of bear through it because you see the light at the end of the tunnel. You just want to get to that light. And you know, in order to get to it, this flipped, that you need to endure some of those challenges in order to finally reach to get to your final destination of getting out of the cave and getting into the light. So, or getting out of the tunnel and getting into the light. So this is just like regular life stuff. Okay, these challenges, not super huge. Now, eruption is another reminder of this. Not so much for the greater purpose, but for the fact that if you keep things inside and you don't discuss it right away with whoever is working with you on this change, you could erupt. And an eruption is terrible because, like lava, it ends up destroying things it didn't want to destroy. But if you discuss it, it might just stay as smoke. And that's something that you can control. See how the smoke's only going upward. So that means it's being channeled. It's being sort of controlled. But once you erupt, no one knows where exactly all of this lava is going to flow. And it could just actually hurt people that you didn't want to hurt, or hurt situations or opportunities that you didn't want to hurt. So this card is reminding you, stay calm. Keep your cool. And all the words we hate to hear, right? When we're not feeling up to it and we're mad. But so I'm sharing this with you before you get to this point of being frustrated and angry, that when you start to feel that, you feel like you're just gonna like scream, Take a deep breath and try to talk to the person about what it is that was bothering you before you get to eruption mode. Okay? Let me go ahead and pull angel card for you, Aquarius. Let's see what we have for you. Okay. See which angel gives us advice. Whoa, they're not jumping out right now. These are very slippery, shiny cards too, so sometimes they stick. Okay, ooh, there's two. Okay, so two angels here are giving you guidance, Aquarius. This was the first one that came out, right? So this is Archangel Zadkiel, and copper is the corresponding gemstone. I have a copper ball right on my table too for this kind of energy, and it says, do you need some motivation to transform your reality? Do you find your mind wandering when you are trying to stay focused? See, focus is your goal for the month. If so, you need to find your passion and begin experiencing the rewards that come with living it. Do what you love. Prosperity is yours, but you must take action. So don't let these things that are challenging you through the month disrupt your focus. Okay, and then we have Archangel Raphael. And Archangel Raphael's corresponding gemstone for this particular guidance is the green calcite. Now it says here, are you having a change of heart? Do you find that you are having a hard time changing the way you look at love and friendship? The only constant in life is change. Take the time to adjust and nurture yourself. As change takes place, honor and accept change. So, just a reminder to stay focused and to be able to accept change and accept the things that you need to deal with, it looks like here in September, which is actually an incredible reading because you are going to achieve your goal, albeit all the challenges in between, the small challenges in between. I know it's going to seem big when you're in it, but when you look back, you'll be like, that wasn't a big deal. Make sure you get some rest in order to focus and to achieve your goal. Because without that rest, it's just, it's very hard to stay positive. Okay, Aquarius, that is all I have for you. I hope that you enjoyed this reading or at least found it helpful in some way or useful in some way. And if you did, please, please, please like and subscribe before you go. I really appreciate your support of my channel. And I hope you come back for your October reading. And in the meantime, please take good care of yourself. Congratulations on making this bold move for yourself. And best wishes to you always. Bye, Aquarius.